I got the fucking end of it. Oh God.
Did that camera just get that?
I hope it did.
What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I thought it was very constructive. I feel it made us realize how often, like how more frequently we need to do something like that. It's checking in on your staff and finding out what they really want to get out of not just life but through their career, and asking those crucial questions. And then based off their questions, it's coming up with a roadmap that can help them get to what they want to get to. And I think when a staff member or anyone has purpose behind what they want to get out of life, it just makes the motivation 10 times more, because they know they're building towards something. And I think for any business owner, if you can find the value in having those hard, not necessarily hard conversations, but meaningful conversations to show that, for one, you truly care about your staff and you want to help them get to where they want to get to, they're going to value and they're going to appreciate the workplace a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's very easy not to do that, and you just sort of go along the path, and everyone's going to work, everything's good, and then, you know, we've had it happen in the past, and then next minute everything's not all good anymore.
Yeah.
And you got to have a bit of self-reflection and look back and say, where did I go wrong? And I think honestly, where we've gone wrong in the past is we let problems happen. It's not that we don't address problems. I think we're very good at addressing problems when they're there, but it's stopping the problem from even being a problem.
And that was the great thing about these interviews, because there were these little things or next steps in every single one of our staff members' lives that required a different skill, right?
Yeah.
And every single person now knows what that next step is. And
we're going to reconduct those interviews in 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got all their answers written down, and we're going to hold them accountable, because we want to be able to do that for each other. And I want to do the same thing with Sam, and Sam's going to do the same thing with me, and we're going to do the same thing with Lockie behind the camera. We're going to be the people that are holding each other accountable, but also being the loudest people to celebrate.
For sure.
When they do win.
So I don't think I've done any filming since I've been back from my Europe trip. So just to fill you guys in a bit of what's going on at the moment, when I came back from overseas, me and Jai, we had to sit down and just to discuss our roles moving forward in the company, so then we can utilize our time the most efficient and work on those individual things. With myself, I'm going to be heavily focused more into black and getting our product line moving and getting into more salons and creating the purchases up as well. So right now I'm going to show you guys a bit about what I've been doing. I've been reaching out to a lot of different barbershops, giving out our free black bundle box, which is this one here. So of all our 5 products. And the goal behind this is to just get the product in these different salons' hands and get them to have a feel of the product, get their feedback on the product, so then we can reach out and potentially create a partnership with them. So yeah, I'll take you through with that.
Tuesday morning, great opportunity to just discuss where we're at, where we're going, and what needs to be addressed, essentially. So Ronnie and I had a very brief chat. I wanted to start off with the culture. Obviously, I talk about this a lot, and I want to start by saying I think you guys have done a great job over the last couple of weeks to lift that culture up since we had that conversation. I can genuinely feel a difference in the shop and a difference in the team, and I commend you all on that, and I think we're moving in the right direction. So I'm standing here today to present this Sonder jersey to a new edition. We're obviously opening our neutral base salon quite soon, and we needed to get the big guns into to head that up. So we got a man like Anthony Duong. How are you, my man?
I'm well.
Are you ready to take it on? Are you ready to don this, brother?
I don't think so.
Let's do it.
Mama, I made it.
Yeah, I made it.
Hey, Sonder family. My name's Anthony. Been cutting hair for about 3 years now. Do you want me to look into the camera? So I've been cutting hair for about 3 years now. Yeah, I started in the first lockdown, 2020.
We are very heavily focused on education inside our shop. So like what I found before I opened, there was no real space in Australia that was pushing forward in that. It's better now, definitely, but back then, 2018, 2019, there wasn't anywhere to go and learn. You would sort of just go how I learned. I just went into a shop and they pretty much put me on the chair and said, cut their hair. And that's how I learned. And I went about learning myself, a lot of online and wherever I could. I felt that there was a place to open a shop where we could educate people to come up and learn right from the start. And now we've got a couple of apprentices with us, including Lorenzo, that have gone all the way through, and now they're cutting full time on the floor, and it's been really good to see their progression. And that's why we brought Lorenzo along today, because he's coming into the education space, and he has learned the Sonder way that we cut hair. So he actually teaches a lot of people in the salon, even though he's only been cutting hair for 1.5 years, because everything he says is exactly what I'm going to say to the person. Whether or not, like I've obviously been cutting hair a lot longer, but whether or not he's actually doing those things, he knows what to do. And that the repetition, there's no way of getting around experience and repetition. You just have to, I say to the boys, you got to do 10,000 haircuts before you're a good barber, and that's going to take a fucking long time. I sort of want to go through today is to try and give you guys a map of exactly, this is what you're actually aiming for. So then you can say, you can pick this hair up in a certain way and you say, no, I picked that up wrong or whatever, because you're actually going to have a clear idea of what the goal is.
First of all, obviously done some work with you before, and I obviously like what you do, and I think you're a very personable person, and it's easy to have conversations with you. Nothing's like too serious, but you have, when you do your stuff, it's obviously very in depth and it's easy to understand. So that's why I got you to come here to show the team what you're about and what your team does.
Yeah, I've been following you guys for a fair while now, just on Instagram.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to really expect. My first training course I've been to,
Oh, yeah, nice.
But yeah, it's blown my mind. Just simplifying everything and like having a set process.
Yeah.
I think will really help me out from day to day. Yeah.
What do you think you're going to take most out of today?
Most, I think, working where a hair is meant to go, proper sectioning, grooming, and keep the hair wet. I think it's probably the biggest takeaways I've found from today.
Nice. What about you, Harry?
Yeah, probably just staying on top of my processes. I feel like we all get lost, especially in a walk-in shop with a fast pace. Obviously you've been in that situation before, but yeah, just little things like you saying, just yelling out groom and stuff like that, just trying to keep everyone accountable for.
Yeah, that's a big one, accountability.
Yeah, keeping everyone accountable, including myself. So hopefully everyone else sort of says the same thing to me, and we can all use your methods and put them in place in here. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, boys. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Hectic.